Hi, welcome to our Gemara Shir. Simple, good Gemara. Let's go. Welcome to all our Torah Anytime subscribers and viewers. And we are in Daf Kuf Lamed Amud Aleph in the Mishnah. The sugi today is To'ah B'dvar Mitzvah. This shir is Le'ilu Nishmas, my dear father, Zechon L'Vrocha Menachem Ben Akiva. And Kuf Lamed Amud Aleph. The topic, as I started to say, is To'ah B'dvar Mitzvah, which means what happens if a person broke Shabbos by mistake, but the reason he made the mistake was that he was really involved in a different mitzvah. He came to the scene, to the whole story, to this whole situation, which led him to actually be Mechalel Shabbos b'shoigeg. The reason being that he started being involved with a mitzvah, and then because of being preoccupied and confused and rushed to do one mitzvah, by mistake he did something else, which ended up being an Avera. The question is, when the Torah says that a Yid who's Mechal Shabbos b'shoigeg, yeah, or maybe other mitzvahs as well, when the Torah says he has to bring chatas, does it or doesn't it include the situation of To'ah b'dvar mitzvah? We're going to see two opinions in the Mishnah, Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yeshua, and then two Amoraim that argue about within the opinions of Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yeshua, plus another brisa at the end of the Amud. This is a very easily structured Amud. So let's go. Says the Mishnah, Mi shoyu lo shnei tinoikos, echad lo mul achar Shabbos, ve'echad lo mul b'Shabbos. Mohel comes to the scene of the Bris Milah. He has two babies that he's supposed to be mal. Generally speaking, both tinoikos, both babies, are supposed to have Bris Milah done to them. One of them is supposed to have the Milah achar ha Shabbos, after Shabbos, which means that this baby is 7 days old. So he's not yet mechuyev in Milah at all. The other baby, both babies together, the other baby is supposed to have the Milah on Shabbos. B'shochach, he forgot, or he kind of got confused, he got the wrong baby out of pressure or something. Umal is shel achar Shabbos b'Shabbos. Now he was mal, the baby, the post-Shabbos baby, the baby was supposed to have the bris milah tomorrow. This is a 7 days baby, which milah does not apply to, and he did the milah to that baby. He's chayev. Why is he chayev? Because although he was confused and he really meant well, but because he wanted to do milah, to perform bris milah on a baby, which is such a tremendously beautiful mitzvah, and the baby was 8 days old today on Shabbos, is supposed to have his milah done today. However, if he ended up doing at the end of the non-mitzvah, because the 7 days old does not, so to speak, deserve the mitzvah of milah, then he's chayav chatas. Why? Because at the end of the day, he did not end up doing a mitzvah. To mal a 7 days old is not a mitzvah. So he started, with good intentions, and we love you so much, Mr. Mohel, but at the end of the day, you did not do any mitzvah. You only did an avera. You maled a 7 days old on Shabbos. That's case number one, and that is not disputable. Here comes in the Seifa, which we're about to read, starts a machloikis. Echad lomul be'erev Shabbos. Yeah, this is a good time to restart. Echad lomul. The topic today is To'ah b'dvar mitzvah. A person who did commit a mistake and was mechalel Shabbos b'shoigeg, but the cause for this was him trying to, yes, be good and do mitzvah, perform a mitzvah. Case number two in the Seifa. Echad lomul be'erev Shabbos, ve'echad lomul be'Shabbos. Yeah? Which means, Mr. Mohel, or Rabbi Mohel, has two babies in front of him. He comes to a house or a shul, there are two babies. One of them is, for whichever reason, was supposed to have the meal on Erev Shabbos, but something happened. He was sick, he was this, whatever, I don't know what happened. Now he's 9 days old. Does meal apply to him? Yes. Is that 9 days old? Is he supposed to have Milah on Shabbos? No. Yeah, a Milah that was postponed is never done on Shabbos, right? Because we only say it by Yom Hashmini. So both babies are supposed to have Bris Milah. Echad Lomol Shabbos. One of them is 9 days old, one is 8 days old. So both mitzvahs are here. It's just one mitzvah pushes away Shabbos and one mitzvah does not. Here he made a mistake, a legitimate mistake, so to speak. V'shochach. Shochach does not necessarily mean he forgot. Shochach, we see later on, we'll see means he was told, yeah? He didn't get the right baby right, yeah? He got the wrong baby out of, honest mistake. Umalis shel erev Shabbos b'Shabbos. Oh, so now that's a little bit different. In other words, he was maled 9 days old on Shabbos. Rabbi Eliezer mechayev chatos. Oh, Rabbi Eliezer basically just does not believe at all in Torah Dvar Mitzvah. Rabbi Eliezer said, it's true that you meant well. You meant to mal the 8 days old. At the end of the day, you maled the 9 days old. You're not supposed to mal the 9 days old on Shabbos. So at the end of the day, you did chayev chatos because you performed a very sad mistake. You broke Shabbos by mistake. Chayev chatos. Rabbi Yeshua poiter. Oh, which means Rabbi Yeshua really believes in what? Torah B'Davar Mitzvah. Meaning, because originally you came here to do a mitzvah. You did not come here to smoke a cigarette. You did not come here to drive a car. He came to do a mitzvah. The baby is here. He meant well. He meant to perform the mitzvah on the 8 days old. And even after the mistake was made, the mistake wasn't so bad. What do you mean not so bad? He did perform the mitzvah, not the mitzvah that pushes away Shabbos, but a mitzvah nevertheless. Then that 9 days old now is Gemalid. Now he's a kosher Milah, right? At the end of the day. If you meant well and you did at the end of the day okay, just about well, says Rabbi Yeshua, here the Torah gets you off the hook. Rabbi Yeshua has a source. We can't just hit this from our own svara. Rabbi Yeshua will bring us the source later on in the Gemara. I promise. Okay? You can close the door if you want. Yeah, whatever. It's a bit cold. Yeah, cold here in Israel. Yeah. He told me it's colder in Israel than in England, even though the guy was in England. Zog the Gemara. Thank you. Thank you very much. Zog the Gemara. The Torah is going to warm us up. Says the Gemara. This is very interesting now. Rav Huna matni, yeah, chayev. Rabbi Yehuda matni potu, right? Which means this is something very, very important. I spoke about it yesterday in the WhatsApp group. Rav Huna is learning. Second. Could you please turn off the video? Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Says the Gemara. Rav Huna matni chayev, Rav Yehuda matni potu. This is interesting. Rav Huna and Rav Yehuda are two Amoraim. Rav Huna learned the Mishnah the way we have it, meaning that in the Reisha, everyone agrees, both Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Eliezer both agree that you are chayev in the Reisha. We're going to elaborate on it, don't worry. Rav Yehuda matni potu, what does it mean? Rav Yehuda had a different version in the Mishnah, understand? Rav Yehuda believes other than our Mishnah. Rav Yehuda doesn't argue in our Mishnah. Rav Yehuda believes from his Rabbeim and his Rabbeim, a few generations ago, that what's written in our Mishnah is wrong. It's like somebody would quote somebody for something from Rav Eliashiv, who lived, 15, 20 years ago, yeah? And somebody else would tell him, no, Rav Eliashiv never said that. He's not arguing with Rav Eliashiv. He's arguing with the person who quotes him wrong. So Rav Yehuda believes that the version of the Mishnah that we have is not the right one. And Rav Yehuda believes that really, in the Reisha, everybody would say it's potur. Everything will now be clear. We just had the opening shot of Huna versus Rav Yehuda. The Gemara here is very clear and very elaborate. Case number 1. Rav Huna matni chayev. What does that mean? Rav Huna follows our Mishnah the way we have it. The Tanya. Amar b'Shimon ben Elazar. Lo nechleku Rabbi Elazar or Rabbi Yeshua ami shoylo beis tinokos echad lamul beShabbos. Again, everyone agrees, both Rabbi Elazar and Rabbi Yeshua both agree, that if you have two babies that are supposed to have Milah, but when one on Shabbos, that's a good baby, that's what you're supposed to be doing. V'echad lamul achar Shabbos. How old is the baby? 7 days old. He's supposed to have the Milah on Sunday. Okay. Meaning he's out of the picture completely, right? That baby, the 7 days old, if you do Bris Milah to him, you're not Yotzeh. Maybe you have to do a Tofas Bris, maybe you don't. That's Shulz Machloikis, by the way, I saw that. Yeah. But the Maisa, that's definitely not the mitzvah to do the Milah to the 7 days old, right? So there's a mitzvah baby and a non-mitzvah baby. V'shochad, he got confused. Something, got wrong there in his mind. Umal is shel achar Shabbos b'Shabbos shu chayev, right? Everyone agrees. If you mal the 7 days old on Shabbos, you chayev chatos. Why? It's very nice and true, and it feels so bad for you. You meant well. You meant to do Milah for the 8 days old, but sorry, mister, you failed. You performed a complete non-mitzvah on Shabbos. So what did you do? You created a wound, which is according to Rashi killing, or according to the Rambam it's dash, right? According to others, Rashi and Shimon Shlotim tzovea. You messed up. Is there a mitzvah here? No. So Yechayev Chatos, that's not called Tov Dvar Mitzvah just because you had good intentions. Alma nechleku. So what did Rabbi Lezer and Rabbi Shua argue about? Says the Braisa, Almi shoylo beis tinoikos. Same story, but with a bit of a difference. There are two babies. Echad lomul be'erev Shabbos, echad lomul be'Shabbos. That's a different story. Why? The Erev Shabbos baby was supposed to be gemaled yesterday, meaning he's today 9 days old. He needs Milah in a way more. He's supposed to time. Both need Milah. One is 9 days old, one 8 days old. Which one is he supposed to do the Milah to? 8 days old, of course. The Shochach Umalah Shel Erev Shabbos b'Shabbos. Oh, that's a bit more delicate. He performed Bris Milah on someone who Bris Milah is supposed to apply to, but not on Shabbos. You don't do Bris Milah on a 9 years old, yeah, on someone who's 9 days old, you don't do that on Shabbos. You're supposed to wait for tomorrow already. If it's postponed, postpone it for Sunday. That was a mistake. In other words, Rabbi Lezer just does not believe so far in Torah Dvar Mitzvah. Says Rabbi Lezer, I don't care. Says Rabbi Lezer, you Lemaisa made a mistake, right? You made a mistake. You pay for it. You have to bring Korban Chatos. You meant. You know, I don't care. Rabbi Yeshua poiter. Oh, Rabbi Yeshua says you're potter. Why? Because Rabbi Shua will tell you, no, you came here to do a mitzvah, and you did perform a mitzvah, not a mitzvah that pushes away Shabbos, but a mitzvah nevertheless. Yeah, at the end of the day, the baby passed 8 days. The baby is today 9 days old. Yes, the mitzvah was done. In that case, Rabbi Shua believes we have the mitigating circumstances. But what is the source? Yeah, it's very nice. Sounds very humane, but where's your source? Yeah, I can't just invent these things. V'shnehem lo lamdu al mavadas kachovim. Ooh, both learn. Each one learns his source. Yeah, each one is sourced, well sourced from avodas kachovim. Let me explain something before we continue. We all know, and we've seen it many times in Shabbos and Kol Torah Kula. There's always this regular formula. Whoever is chayav koros b'mezid, if you do it b'shageg, you chayav what chatos. It's true in almost all cases, right? Yeah, if whichever aver chayav b'mezid koros, eating Yom Kippur, eating chometz, eshesish, mishkav zoch, you name it, whatever, Shabbos, right? So then, yeah, dam chelev. If you do it b'shageg, you chayav chatos. Who said? That's right, because your Magachir told you that? Don't believe your Magachir. Because it says in the Torah about Avodah Zarah, in Parshas Shlach, it says that Torah achas yelochem. In Avodah Zarah, that formula is written before black and white. In the Bible, in the Old Testament. It says about Avodah Zarah, kores, b'mezid, and shageg chatos. And it says Torah achas yelochem, Avodah Zarah, Torah achas yelochem. Avodah Zarah reflects on the entire Torah. Yeah? So now whenever we want to learn things about Chatos, let's go back to the father of all evils, which is Avodah Zarah. And they both learn the concept of yes or no. Torah Dvar Mitzvah, Baruch Hashem, from where? From Avodah Zarah. Avodah Zarah, Avodah Kachovim. Yeah, I learned from Avodah Zarah. Ma Avodah Kachovim Amachman Tavid. Avodah Kachovim, the Torah told you, don't do it. And if you perform Avodah Zarah, you bow down to the Getchke, you're Chayev. How you Avodah Zarah b'shoigeg is a big story, if you remember from Daf Ein Beis. Yeah. And the Maisa, he was shoigeg in Avodah Zarah, whichever way. He thought it's not Avodah Zarah, he didn't know it was Oster, whatever. Yeah. So the Maisa, Avodah Kachovim, you Chayev. What? If you perform the Avodah Zarah, you bow down to the golden Getchke in India. Chayev. Chatos. Yeah. Achinami loishna, same thing. Loishna, which means I just don't believe I don't see anywhere in Avodah Zarah where we see this mitigating circumstances of Torah Dvar Mitzvah. Avodah Zarah, I don't see anywhere in the Psukim that there's any difference if you meant well. Yeah? Rabbi Yeshua Zok, no. Rabbi Yeshua Zok, no. Hosom, the lav mitzvah, hocho mitzvah, which means Avodah Zarah, that I have to thank the deal show, the quote, I don't know, but it says very nicely, in Avodah Zarah, it's very hard to say that the person meant to do a mitzvah. Yeah? Maybe they know it's Oster. Yeah? But there, mistama Avodah Zarah, there's no mitzvah involved. Right? You're not coming to do a mitzvah. right? So Mimela over there, it's clearly not a mitzvah. That's what the Torah says. What are you doing bowing to the Zara? You didn't know it's also tough. You should have really learned that. Yeah, yeah. And therefore, what you have chatas halcha mitzvah, meaning this is way, way removed from a Zara. Here you came to perform a mitzvah, choshev a mitzvah of Milah. Oh, on Shabbos you're coming to do something good, right? And you ended up doing something okay, which is what you did do a mitzvah of what you performed the mitzvah, right? It's not just your kavanah. In a Zara, I didn't do any mitzvah at all. I bowed down low, one of the worst of errors. Here, at the end of the day, I also did mitzvah. I performed the mitzvah. I acted well. Not so good because it was a 9 days old baby, but at the end, I started with mitzvah and ended up with also kind of a mitzvah. So because I'm in a good, more or less good track record here, Mimela and Potter, it is definitely, according to review to Rabbi Yeshua, different of a Zara, and therefore I don't see a source for him to bring chatas. No emotions involved. It just Pashut. He doesn't see it similar to the Zohar. So far is Ravuna. Ad kana kofa aleph. Ravuna is learning the Mishnah the way we learn it, and the Bris elaborates on it very, very nicely. Next, please, Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda is a different Amoira, obviously. Matni Patu. Rav Yehuda, a third generation Amoira, right? And he says, no, I'm not arguing with the Mishnah. I just what does Matni mean? Matni means he teaches the Mishnah. When he taught the Mishnah, he told you, no, the real version of the Mishnah is Potter, and I have a brisa to endorse me. So my real version, what I've makabel from my Rebbeim is that this Mishnah should have written Potter. Mishnah is another done deal. I saw it also in another sefer yesterday when I prepared for my daily WhatsApp. Then I saw it in one of the Choshev firm that explained the history of Gemara, a fruit sefer. And he says, no, Mishnayos are not a done deal. The Rambam says, Mishnayos are still flexible even by the time of the Gemara. You see it many, many times. Absolutely. I said it before, I'm saying it with much more certainty now. Says Rav Yehuda, no, the real version is Poto. The Tanya, look, I have a brisa to support me. Omar Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir is another Tana, and he's on my side. Lo nechlu koblezu Rabbi Yeshua. Ami shoylo based tinokas. Listen carefully to the differences. The case in which everyone agrees that what? That everyone agrees Poto. What's the case? Echad lamul be'erev Shabbos. There's a baby that was supposed to be gemaled when? Friday. Today on Shabbos is 9 days old. Okay. V'echad lamul b'Shabbos. Other baby is supposed to have the Milah today. The Shochach, Mr. Mohel, whoops, he got confused there. Umal et shel erev Shabbos b'Shabbos. He did the Milah of Friday, the Friday kid, on Shabbos, Shu Potu. What beforehand was only Rabbi Yeshua is now both Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Lezer. Meaning, you meant to do the mitzvah, and you did a mitzvah, you're Potter, right? You meant to do the right mitzvah of 8 days. And what did you do? You did something which is a mitzvah, not a mitzvah to push the Shabbos, but a mitzvah nevertheless, you're Potter. You did a mitzvah. Alma nechluku. So what is machlokas Rabbi Lezer and Rabbi Yeshua? And me shoylo b'estinoy kois echad lamul achar Shabbos v'echad lamul b'Shabbos. The case in which they argue is what? You have two babies. Case, new case. What's the new case here? One supposed to have after Shabbos, has to have his Milah after Shabbos, which means he's 7 days old. Milah just does not apply to him yet at all. You're not performing any mitzvah now. The Echad Lamul b'Shabbos, another baby he's supposed to have the Milah today. The Shochach, this mistake is much more grave. What did he do? By mistake, instead of doing the 8 days old, what did he do? He maled the one of after Shabbos now. He did Milah to the 7 days old. Which mitzvah did he do? 0. He did Chilul Shabbos, complete Chilul Shabbos. Yeah, he's maled 7 days old. It's not even a mitzvah. No way, yeah? Yeah, unless it's a baby Eved. But he's not, right? He's not an Eved. Rabbi Lezer mechayev chatos or b'shua poiter. Here Rabbi Lezer is mechayev chatos. Here and only here, Rabbi Lezer says you meant well, but you ended up, messing up your chayev chatos. Rabbi Yeshua even here is poiter, which means according to this girsa, Rabbi Yeshua patters you in both cases, whether you meant well and you did okay, or you meant well and you messed up poiter, which means Rabbi Yeshua, according to this version, goes only by Rabbi Yeshua. Rabbi Yeshua is being super nice, so to speak, super humane to the Mohel, and says as long as you meant well, even if you completely messed up at the end of the day, but you came towards, you came from a point of view of doing mitzvah, you potter. And again, what's the source for both Rabbi Lezer and Rabbi Yeshua? Shneim lo lamdu elam avodas kochavim. Both learned it from avodas kochavim, which is the father of all evil, father of all chiyuv bekores slash chiyuv chatas. What is that? Rabbi Lezer Sova, Rabbi Lezer again stays avodas kochavim. Ma avodas kochavim rachman lo tavid. The Torah told you don't serve idols. V'chi ovid mechayev, and he did it. He's chayev. Achinami lo yishno. Again, it's not exactly true because Rabbi Lezer does believe that if you ended up doing a mitzvah, you're potter. Okay, it still works well with Avodas Kochavim, which means Avodas Kochavim, if in theory there'll be any aspect of mitzvah, Avodas Kochavim, you'd be potter. There isn't. But Rabbi Lezer says if you ended up with a mitzvah, okay. But as long as you just had kavana shmavana, but at the end of the day you did bad, you're not potter like Avodah Zarah. Rabbi Yeshua says no. Hosam loy torid mitzvah. He's not saying like we said before, ovid mitzvah. In Avodah Zarah, he didn't come to do a mitzvah. We don't assume that you came, you saw a golden statue, I meant to say, a golden statue in India in your trip, and you're bowing down. I believe you didn't know it's also nobody taught you that in public school. There's a nice Jewish boy Sunday school, but you're not involved in a mitzvah, were you? Right? Which mitzvah did you come to do there exactly? Like Kiruv. So over there, you're not involved with in the mitzvah. That's a chayav chatas. Hachot torid mitzvah. Even though you ended up messing up the whole story, but you were torid. You were busy and very confused and trying to do good, coming to do mitzvah. And the tirdia, we assume the tirdia messed you up, then you're potter. That's what Rabbi Yeshua believes in. Okay? So Bekitzer, according to this opinion, everyone's more Mekel. Rabbi Lezer believes that Torah B'Dvar Mitzvah does apply in case you ended up with a mitzvah. And Rabbi Yeshua says Torah B'Dvar Mitzvah applies even if you ended up with a mess. But everyone, Begadol, believes in the concept, it depends to what grade. Yeah? Mashenkin, according to the first opinion, Rav Huna says no. According to Blazer, there's no Torah Mitzvah, just doesn't believe in it. And according to Rabbi Yeshua, there is Torah Dvar Mitzvah if you ended up doing something good. Very good, very possible. You need a chart? Sure. I don't have a chart. I can make one maybe if I have time. Yeah. Yes. Now comes the third thing. I want to hear it.
The theater makes it almost like honest.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. There is such an opinion. I don't remember who, but yes, there are those who explain that the reason behind Torah Dvar Mitzvah is it's a form of its core of loyness. In other words, if you learn Makis, you see the Shogeg is there are many shades of a great Shogeg. Makis clearly the one who murdered the Shogeg. Very complicated there. The also if you learn it Be'iyun. And Shogeg Kov Lamezid, Shogeg Kov loyness. So mistake is a big word, yeah? Oh, so they say regular Shogeg is core of the Lamezid. You should have learned better. I didn't know Shabbos. You should live with a consciousness, with a cognizant idea that there's Shabbos, right? Why don't you know today's Shabbos? I didn't know it's Ulster. So stop watching TV and start learning Ilchas Shabbos. I'm saying, yeah? So it's core of the Lamezid, right? Here, it's a different story. This is a good guy who's trying to do a mitzvah. And therefore, we kind of align it more with Oinus. Very good, yeah. That is such a pshat, yeah. Tani, Rabbi Chia, Rabbi Chia says something. Rabbi Chia is the master of brises. Rabbi Chia and Rabbi Shia, you know that. Rabbi Chia and Rabbi Shia, their brises are the winners. They're the most certified Tanoim they were like borderline Tanoim, and their professionalism was brises. Yeah, yeah. It says that the brises of Rabbi Shia are the brises that are like considered to be more choshuv, more recognized as good brises, as a verified brises. Tani. Now, what Rabbi Chia says, if you follow, it seems to be very strange. Listen carefully. You good? Yeah? Yeah? Tani, Rabbi Chia Omer. Hoy Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Chia Omer Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Chia, this is also Rabbi Meir, this is Rabbi Chia quoting Rabbi Meir. Omer Rabbi Meir, lo nechlu kol blozov Rabbi Yeshua al. Everybody agrees. Both Tanoim, Rabbi Ezra, and Rabbi Yeshua agree too. Ami Sharlo based Tinoikos. A person had two babies. Okay, to do. By the way, it's not that he had two babies. By the way, I don't know who got this funny idea. Somebody told me that these are twins. They're not twins. They could be two babies. The Pashto, as far as I know, yeah, with the two babies from two families. No kesher. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Maybe there's something in the Meforshim Naloch which I haven't seen, but the Pashto Stam, he has two babies and got confused. I don't know. Anyway. So now they were born different days, by the way. Misha Lubesti Noikos.
They weren't twins.
I don't think we have to say that at all. Or they're similar. Lav Dafka. I don't think so. Why? Could be one. Yeah, one Teimoni, one Yeki. I don't know. Echad Lomel Berev Shabbos.
They were born at different times.
Exactly. Of course, that's the whole story. Yeah. Echad Lomel Berev Shabbos. One of them was supposed to have the Milah on Erev Shabbos. How old is he now, the Mister? How old is he?
2 days ago.
Erev Shabbos. So now what? He's 9 days old. Is there a mitzvah to malim? Yes, but not on Shabbos. Ve'echad lamol b'Shabbos. Okay, that's a good baby supposed to have the milah today. V'shochach umal et shel erev Shabbos b'Shabbos shu chayev. Oh wow, that is strict, right? Wow, that's very strict. Everybody agrees that one second, please. That even if you ended up doing something good, you meant to do well, right? And you did okay. You're mekayim a mitzvah, right? Not the mitzvah doicha Shabbos, but the mitzvah nevertheless. And then everyone says you chayev. Wow. So now, you okay? Let me finish and then I'll hear you. Okay? Alma nechleku. What do they argue about? On the worst case, Amisha lebestinoikos. A guy had the Mohel is two tinoikos. Then please come to the Bris. You know, two tinoikos on Shabbos. V'echad lomul ech achar Shabbos. V'echad lomul b'Shabbos. Lomul achar Shabbos means what? Lomul achar Shabbos is 7 days old. If you mal him, you just mechal Shabbos for nothing. The shochach umal shel achar Shabbos b'Shabbos. You did the worst mistake. You mal 7 days old on Shabbos. Shabbos mechav chatas v'abshua poito. Ooh, you heard that? Abshua patters you if you did not end up, yeah, doing the mitzvah. You ended up doing nothing. And Abshua poito. Frag the Gemara, what? Hashta Rabbi Yeshua say Hashta Rabbi Yeshua. What's the sense? What kind of sense does Rabbi Yeshua's opinion make according to this third version already? Seifa the loikovid mitzvah. In the Seifa, right? There's no mitzvah done at the end of the day. The end of the story is no happy end. It's a bitter end. He did not do any mitzvah at the end of the day. He mauled. What did he maul? Is 7 days old. That's bad. Poiter, and yet Rabbi Yeshua is so magnanimous and so poiter, and he exempts him from chatas. He's exempt. Reisha the kovid mitzvah mechayev. In the Reisha, we're talking about a case in which he did end up doing a mitzvah, not the mitzvah, but a mitzvah. He did something good by mauling a 9 days old, and then he's mechayev. That's against any logic. What's going on here, right? Legit question. So the Bnei Yeshiva of Rabbi Yana explain, Reisha, you know what the story of the Reisha is? There's some kind of background story here which we don't know. Reisha, in the case of the Reisha, Kigoin, there's an ukimta, Shekodam umal shel Shabbos be'erev Shabbos. Ooh, those two babies they did not receive the meal on the same day. The same town, same shul, same community, maybe. But the Maisa, he was mal, the Shabbos one on Erev Shabbos. He did an early Milah. The one who's supposed to be on the 8th day, he did it by mistake on the 7th day. So now, when he comes and he does the one that's really late, and he's kilo mekayim mitzvah, why is he chayv chatas? The lo nitna Shabbos lidchois. Shabbos, now at the end of the day, how many babies does he have? One. He only has one baby to need to do the Milah to, and that one baby is not supposed to have the Milah on Shabbos. He's supposed to have the Milah when or supposed to have the Milah on Friday. So although you mekayim a mitzvah, but you're not tobedvar mitzvah. You're not coming to do a mitzvah because the real mitzvah was done before. You're coming now with one baby. That baby not supposed to have lo nitna Shabbos ledochos, right? And you're not really involved now on Shabbos with the mitzvah. You were involved on Friday. Maybe it was Friday afternoon. So maybe there's some kind of confusion. But if you just zoom on Shabbos itself, only one baby is left to do, and that baby is supposed to be when? Not now, right? Shabbos not dochos, and therefore, he didn't do. And now he didn't do a mitzvah. He did not come to do a mitzvah. There was just one baby. When he's not a Shabbos baby, he's not 8 days old. So you're not coming to do any mitzvah now. If we focus on just Shabbos itself, just one Shabbos. And therefore, you have chatas, mister. Seifa, on the other hand, nitna Shabbos ledochos. In the Seifa, that's again classical case of two babies that are supposed to have Milah, and now it's Shabbos. And although you messed up and you did the 7 days old today, right? Which you shouldn't, but you did come to do a mitzvah. When you came to the scene, there are two babies in front of you on the table, and today's Shabbos, and one of them supposed to be today's Milah baby, then you are under the safe umbrella, safety net of I came to do a mitzvah. Yeah, you did. And therefore, even though you messed up and did the 7 days old, you potter. Wait, let's try and mitigate and say Reisha Nami nit Shabbos l'dochas legabe tinochas de alma question. In other words, maybe we should try to broaden our horizons, which means it's true when you came to do the bris milah on Shabbos, right? The baby that was left, the only baby that was left to have milah on, he's not supposed to have milah on Shabbos, right? So then we say, oh, you're chayev. Why? Generally speaking, babies do in general look around the Jewish world. What day is it tomorrow night? Yeah, in 2 days' time, Shabbos. I'm sure that many Jewish babies around the world will have Milah on Shabbos, right? So generally speaking, coming to do Milah in general is not like coming to smoke a cigarette on Shabbos, right? And you forgot it's also, yeah? Or coming to drive your new Tesla. It's not. You coming to do something, an act, which generally speaking, many times is Doicha Shabbos. But this baby is not. So maybe we should go broader and still say it's Tov B'Dvar Mitzvah. Dr. Gemara, no. Lehai Gavra Mia Lois Yahiv. To this man, to this Mr. Mohel, and this Mr. Baby, and this specific case, no. For this baby, Shabbos was not meant to be broken. Why? Because this baby is a Milah baby, but not Milah on Shabbos baby, and therefore, exactly, Akiva, it's not his time, and therefore we don't go by the general definition. What? You can and you should. Yes, exactly. You should have found out. It's not like, oh, the two babies, who's who? You know, that's not this confusion. Two babies today, tomorrow. You have one baby, mister. What you did yesterday, I'm sorry for the language, we don't care about. Yesterday was yesterday. Today's today. Today's just one baby to have Milah on, right? So if you do just the one baby today and there's no other baby, so even though this baby is supposed to have Milah, but not Milah on Shabbos, you're not potter. You're not called coming to do a mitzvah right now, which is Doicha Shabbos. Dog daily Mishnah. Yes. We can continue. Very easy. Yeah, good.
Well, I'm thinking because someone else, some other baby is going to get a Milah today. So what's the Havamina thinking he's called Torres?
I think I explained it in just my own idea. I'll be honest with you, I didn't look in the Rishonim here. I think the idea is, as I said, it's not like a Dezora. When a person comes to I don't know, to work in the garden or light fire or do any Chilul Shabbos, yeah, these things 90% of 99% of the time, unless it's pikuach nefesh or something, they're never justify Chilul Shabbos, right? So then that's not called a bar mitzvah. But a person is invited to a milah. He was invited by the parents to do milah. Someone made the mistake there, right? Generally speaking, milah does push away Shabbos. Every baby that was born on Shabbos, okay, right? Milah is the top of the Milah is Jason showed me. Milah is the top of the pyramid. Yeah, Milah. It's very very legitimate that Milah, 1 out of every 8 milos is done on Shabbos, right? Good. Many babies are born on Shabbos, and their Milah usually to Shabbos, unless it's a cesarean and that. So Mimela, generally speaking, when I come to do that mitzvah, even there's only one baby who's not a Shabbos baby, but nevertheless, maybe it's called Tov Dvar Mitzvah. Maybe Milah is called Dvar Mitzvah in general, and not just my involvement in it. I can go Yeshiva Shechakira. Is Tov Dvar Mitzvah in the Gadra or on the mitzvah in general? Says the no, it's not about the mitzvah being a mitzvah that pushes away Shabbos, which it does. It's about me. Me, in this current situation, I'm not coming to do a mitzvah. I can hear Havamina for sure. Yeah? Better? Look the Heilige Mishnah. Says the Mishnah, I forgot to say, this Mishnah reminds us all the first Mishnah in Megillah, all right? Right? Megillah Nikras, yeah, then 14, 15, 11, 12, 13, right? Similar Mishnah over here. Oh, Baruch Hashem, Min HaShamayim. Koton, Nimoil, a baby may be Nimoil, halachically speaking, even without being sick, even a healthy baby may be Nimoil L'Shmoino. Sometimes Milah takes place the 8th day, hopefully. Sometimes Latisha, the 9th day. Very much like Megillah. In other words, the range of days for a healthy baby to have Milah done is anytime between the 8th day to the 12th day, not before or not after. Okay, so I thought Jewish babies are circumcised the 8th day. What about 9, 10, 11? Let's see. Keda koil shmaina. Nice, normal, good baby was born on Wednesday. When will be the Milah? Nobody's yellow, nobody's green, nobody's red and blue. What? 8th day, next Wednesday. Nolad ben Shmoshes. Oh, let's say he was born ben Shmoshes of what? Between Friday and Shabbos. Will you do the Milah on? We don't know what's ben Shmoshes. Was he born on Friday? Yeah? Or was he born on Shabbos? Right? So Nimal Tisha, you have to wait 9 days. Meaning, he won't be Nimal next Shabbos, he'll be Nimal next Sunday. We have to wait one more day. Why? Because we don't know. Maybe this baby is a Friday baby, maybe a Shabbos baby. If he's a Friday baby, you can't do it on Shabbos, right? Can't do it on Friday, because maybe it's Shabbos. Can't do it on Shabbos, because maybe it's Friday. What do? Sunday. That's one more day. Ben Shmoshes Shel in a Benimal Tisha. Sorry, I made a mistake. 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 Blah, 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 blah. What I said was right, but that's the next move. Sorry. None of the Ben Shmoshes, even without Shabbos, even without Shabbos. Sorry, he was born between Sunday and Monday. Sorry, I apologize for the mistake. None of between Sunday and Monday. So then, even without Shabbos, is Nima Latisha, meaning that that's a missing factor here. That if you look from Sunday, yeah, then you don't malim the next Sunday, you malim on Monday, right? Because if he was born on Sunday, then you do next Sunday, but maybe not. Maybe he was born on Monday, he's in that borderline Sunday, Monday. You play it safe and wait for Monday, which counting from Sunday is 9 days. Oh, oh, now counting from he was born between Friday and Shabbos, then it's 10 days if you count Friday. Yeah, Friday is the 8th day. You can't mail him then because maybe he was born on Shabbos. Maybe Shabbos. You don't break Shabbos for maybes. Then you have to one more day. That is what? A sorrow because 8 times 2. Friday plus 2, not times 2, plus 2. Shabbos Sunday, Nimel Sunday. Yom Tov Lachar Shabbos. If Yom Tov is Sunday, Nimel Achadasar. Push him another day because you don't break Yom Tov for a postponed baby. He's already has a new status now of a postponed guy. You don't do postponed stuff on Yom Tov. Beis Yom Shlosh Hashanah. Let's say it wasn't just a regular Yom Tov. It was Shabbos, first day of Rosh Hashanah, second day of Rosh Hashanah. Wow. Then in what? Nimel Shnemasar, right? Then you have to wait 12 days. 8, right? Plus Shabbos, Rosh Hashanah. Then, yeah, 8 plus 3, that is 12. Yeah, very good. Shnemasar. Friday, between Friday and Shabbos. Was born Banish Moses Friday Shabbos. Kotan Achoyle and Malunos Rachiavri. Oh, this is what you said, Jason, once. A Kotan Achoyle, a Kotan who was sick and got better. You only do the Milah after he gets better completely, which means, what's a Chiddush? Let's say the baby is already out of danger. And the doctor tells you, he's not in, maybe Milah doesn't endanger his life. You still wait until he's completely healthy, and then you do the Milah. Okay? I would actually continue on Motzei Shabbos. I'm really sorry for those who can't make it Motzei Shabbos, but we have to make up the missing night this week. So see you Motzei Shabbos, Mitzvah Hashem. Yeah? Okay, hope. Yeah, try. Convince everyone. Thank you. Full house. Welcome back, Rab David. Very excited to see you. So Be'ezras Hashem, Motzei Shabbos will be finishing the Perek. I hope. Yeah, because we're in the last page. And then on Sunday, a fresh start for next Perek, getting ready for Purim. Yeah. Thank you. Atzlocha bracha shkoyach. Thank you very, very much. Finish.